back for another workout of the day. Today's workout is an AMRAP, as many rounds as possible for 20 minutes. It is called Bacon. So it is 5 slam ball burpees, 10 V-ups, 15 box jumps, and 20 kettlebell swings. So we're gonna go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so the first movement is going to be our slam ball burpees. I swear when I start talking, that is Mia's cue to come and give me her ball. Okay, so the first movement is going to be our slam ball burpees. So it's 5 slam ball burpees. You're going to need a slam ball for this, obviously. So a few things to keep in mind. You want, when you pick up the slam ball, you want to make sure you're in a squatted position. You want to grab it with 2 hands, one on each side. And when you come up, you want to make sure your back is nice and straight, your core is engaged, and you're going to come up and bring the slam ball all the way up overhead until your arms are straight, no cheating. And then you're going to bring the slam ball down, and as you bring the slam ball down, you want to kind of follow it down as you slam it on the ground. So I'm going to show you sideways first, and then I'll show you facing. So you're going to grab the slam ball, you're going to come up all the way overhead, slam that down, hold onto the ball, keep holding onto the ball, come out for that burpee, push up to the ball, and again, you want to be in that squat position, grab the ball, come back down, and so forth. So I will show you facing so you get an idea of all angles. Okay, so grab with 2 hands. I'm down into that squat position. My knees are out of the way. My chest is up. My back is straight. Grabbing with 2 hands, come all the way up and down. So you're really not ever losing touch of the ball, only for a second as you drop it and get down into that position. So a few modifications would be, when you come down, instead of doing the push-up on the ball, you can come down and do the push-up to the ball. So if you're just kind of getting your push-ups, that gives you a little bit less range of motion to kind of give you that push-up. The other thing you can do is take the push-up out completely and just hold on to the ball, bring those legs out, come back down, come back up, and so forth. The other thing you can do is completely take the slam ball out of the equation and just do 5 burpees. Or if you don't have a slam ball, you can use a plate. So we're gonna touch the plate, bring it overhead, don't slam the plate on the ground, just bring it back down, so forth. You can use a med ball as well. Obviously with the med ball, you're not going to be able to do the push-up on the side of it and touch there. It's just going to be too big. Just know that with the med ball, you can't really slam it too much on the ground because it's going to bounce a lot more than a slam ball. So make sure you're just following it down. Do that push-up, which will be an easier push-up anyway, because of the way you're not putting as much weight forward on the slam ball. I mean on the med ball. V-ups. So we want to be in a nice V position next to your lovely dog. You want to come out, touch those toes at the top, really engaging that core. Modifications, knees, alternating, or leg raises. But with the leg raises, don't bring your butt up. You really want to focus on keeping that core tight the whole time and really just using the core to raise your legs. It's not a hip flexor exercise. Box jumps. I know, Max. So you want to set yourself up at the box, facing the box, and you're going to jump completely and fully on top of the box as high as you can. So jump completely and land in about a quarter squat. We don't want to land in a full squat. It looks stupid, but besides that, it's really bad for those knees and hips. So we want to land in a quarter squat. We also don't want to have a cliffhanger, so we want to make sure that when we land on our box, our feet are completely on top of the box, not hanging off at any point. So modifications would be step ups. So with the step up, full foot on the box, you're going to completely step up until your leg is straight, and then go ahead and place that second foot on the box, step back down. Modifications would be lowering the box. You can set up plates and stack them to a height you feel comfortable jumping to. You can also do jumping squats. So with the jumping squats, we want to set our feet about hip width apart, maybe slightly wider, toes slightly pointed outward. We're going to bring our knees outward. We're going to keep those feet flat on the ground until we go for our jump. So chest up, back straight, core engaged, come down into a nice squat, and then jump up at the top. And the last movement is going to be our kettlebell swing. So with the kettlebell swing, we want to come back as far as our wrist to our inner thigh. So this is where we're going to be. Our chest is going to be up and our back is going to be straight. And then we're going to use our hip drive or leg drive to bring the kettlebell up to about eye height. Our arms are straight, no T-Rex arms. Straight arms the whole time. If you find yourself coming back and you're not touching that inner thigh with that just the wrist area, you find yourself touching anywhere above the wrist, you could be doing a few things. You could be squatting, and this is where I see this quite often. People squat down and do kind of like a weird thing. So we don't want to do that. We're only coming back with our knees slightly bent. We're bringing those hips back, and we're engaging those to set us up for a successful swing up. So as we come back, we're tight, and then we're going to swing up. If we're squatting, we're not having the same momentum. So no squatting. So that could be one reason. Another reason you could be coming back just too far. That's just, again, silly and not good for you, because that's where lower back stuff happens. So this is what the kettlebell swing looks like. And a good way to test your swing is to videotape yourself to see, if you're doing it right. Check your form out. See if you really are making it to that eye height level. See if your arms really are straight. See if you really aren't doing that silly squat or coming down too far. Because sometimes not everybody is super body aware, and they do these things and they don't realize it. So a good way is to videotape it. So another thing you could do is, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can also use a dumbbell and it's the same movement. But you can also use a band. So what we want to do is we want to step on the band with our feet, and then we're going to pull it from behind, and we're going to swing up with the band. So again, keep that same movement and range of motion just as you would with the weight. You can do different resistance, you can do different weights. Challenge yourself, you know, if you're using a 10-pound, 15-pound kettlebell and it seems pretty easy and this workout is just the rounds are going super fast, you know, maybe it's time to up the weight a little bit. Don't be afraid, but always keep in mind, form comes before speed and weight. So you're gonna keep doing all those movements continuously until 20 minutes is over. So mark down your times, weights, not times because it's 20 minutes, but rounds and weights and movements, and revisit.